Hello, this is Kroll Sentry. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Orcs Must Die. We're going to take yet another try at the Great Gorge. I don't even want to talk about how long it's been. Okay, so here's the deal. This level blows chunks, but what can you do about it? So, there are... Alright, so you got a rift here. We have a portal down here, behind the rift here. This takes us to this little bridge here. If you place 5 archers on each side, they'll hold off, and then once you upgrade your archers, they'll definitely hold out. If you go that route. You don't necessarily have to follow the same exact path, of course. This is where we've got these guys coming through. There are, on each side, there's a bridge, and there's a ballista. And so the ballista is primarily used for anti-air because you're not going to have much to be able to fire to the far side. Down there, these little spots are where you're going to find the flyers coming through. But there's the bridge down there, and you can potentially take down a few enemies from there. If you try to come up here, I just want to let you know, sometimes the flyers go above here and can ambush you from behind. So, yeah, it's kind of a pain. Well, it's more than a little bit of a pain. Now, the good news is there's no Kobold Sappers. We've got Orc Warriors, Gnoll Hunters, Kobold Runners, Frost Ogres, Crossbow Orcs, Frost Bats, Hell Bats. It's, alright, so we've got Hellbats and Frostbats both. You're going to need pretty much to have the Flame Bracer and the Ice Amulet. The Ice Amulet will take care of like the Gnoll Hunters, and the Frostbats can also be taken down one shot. We'll take them and any other nearby Frostbats out in one hit. Meanwhile, the Hellbats, you can fire the ice and you'll take down the one you're aiming at. Possibly maybe take down a couple of them with a spread shot. Excuse me. The Kobold Runners come in fairly early on. The Gnoll Hunters are more of an annoyance, and so are the Kobold Runners. The real threats, by far, the Frost Ogres. They send hordes and hordes of these things at you. It's a real problem. But there are no Kobold Sappers, so we've still got our tar patches, we've still got our barricades. We're going to need archers big time just to survive. I looked at using the coin forge, and it doesn't even fit in most of the level because it's just a little too big. It's just that big. It takes up a massive area. It's sort of like I think it's roughly a 3x3 grid of what other traps would be able to fit in an area. It's kind of a pain, to be honest. You're definitely going to want your grinder, and on top of that, you've really got limited spaces here for all the things you need, because you got to take care of the ogres. From what I've seen, the grinder is useful, and so is, if I can find it, the wall blades do some heavy damage to them. On top of that, you would need to have some other method of dealing with these guys. I'm thinking of using floor burners because, again, frost ogres are weak against fire. So this will help kind of thin them out a little bit, take some of them down, some extra fire damage, doing, from the traps will actually hit fairly hard on them. Still nothing like you'd like. There are no good ceilings to do things like pounders or clockwork maze or anything like that. They're too vaulted. You can use your auto ballista and you can use your storm zappers, but there's a limit to what you can do. I've tried using dwarven spring traps a few times. The truth is you can't possibly get up enough points to funnel them all into one spot, get enough points up, and then be able to also get the dwarven spring trap going, because you also have to spend 5,000 points getting your archer champions up, because of the flyers being so powerful. Basically 10, 5 in each, aimed in each direction. That is psychotic. Seriously. Anyways, with that being said, there's also a possibility of brimstone, which can do some extra damage. Again, fire damage is really your friend here, and I don't think I'm going to go with the dwarven spring trap this time around. It's not working. I'm trying, it's not working. Anyways, but there's, we do what we can. It's kind of all we can do. But I have some ideas for how I'm going to change my trap setup. I think will work a little bit better. I'm just looking around because I feel like I'm forgetting something. I know that I didn't use the floor burner last time, so what was I using in place of the floor burner? Because I did have the dwarven spring trap, and then I had something else. I don't think I had selected the paladin champion. Well, that's interesting. I can't remember. That's kind of a pain in the rear. Spore mushrooms are an option, but so is the paladin champion. I think the difference is the paladin champion's easier and can be upgraded to get things like regenerating health and stunning on attacks. The spore mushrooms, once you upgrade it, will actually make excuse me, any captured enemies like ogres actually stronger than the ones you turn to your side with the spicy mushrooms. Since we don't really have that as an option, I think I'm going to skip on it. If it was upgraded, I probably would consider it with all these frost ogres, but as it is, they'll just kill the frost ogre I've controlled pretty quickly because there's so many of them. So very many. Anyways. Psychotic level is psychotic. I hate this level now. I'm going to go ahead and grab the spring traps for laughs. Nah. Paladin champion. I think they'll be better for me anyways. Because to get the spring traps to start working, literally just to start, you've got to have 1,500 upgrade for the well-oiled gears, as well as another 1,000 to be able to make it affect the ogres, and the ogres appear on wave 5. There's not nearly enough points by then for 5,000 points of champions, and 25,000 for dwarven spring traps being upgraded, and then be able to actually place them. And also be able to thin out the orcs enough to where they're not using up all your spring traps. Yeesh. Anyways. Do not like this level. Alright, so. Going back over here, block off one side. A little simple thing like that. Boom, done. And then on top of that, you're going to want to block off here.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Now, you could use, with only 3 of those, you can block off all 3 sides here. The reason I'm not going to do that, instead of using these 2 here and 2 here, is because I'm actually going to be wanting to be on this bridge and able to shoot some guys from here from relative safety. That being said, we're not going to place the other things yet. Instead, we're going to try as quickly as we can to get up some other traps. So, anyways, sorry, still got phlegm in my throat, I guess, or something from whatever. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get our weavers up. Steel weaver, come on.
There's a lot
Death
to learn.
augmenter.
Until later, I suppose.
And one trap here apparently affects pretty much anyone who goes through, so that's a nice little find. So once I get 1,000, I'm going to go ahead and put at least a grinder on another grinder, and then I'll probably place a floor burner, and then we'll get up some wall blades here with another tar trap, and that'll be our startup setup there. Hopefully we'll be able to get it to work. Alright, so right click apparently is not a flamethrower like I was thinking, but is a firewall. Live and learn. Live and learn. Anyways, I've also got a little trick I've been doing lately, where I can get these orcs to sort of bunch up, but they tend to have like the first couple of guys take your hits. And so I'm jumping up and getting a little bit of an aerial shot, gets the fireball a little bit farther in where it goes off. Alright, so it works quite well in its own right. Now we got lots of charred corpses, but you know, I'm not gonna complain. They might, but I'm not. Anyways. Okay. Grinder blaze.
It'll hurt a lot.
Thank you. And I've almost got enough points. We should be able to start getting things going pretty quickly here. With another grinder, and then we'll need to get our archers going. Okay. Kind of taking out shields the moment first. Focus on the shield bearers, because shields basically allow them to take 1 extra hit. And let's go ahead and just kind of let them get chewed up here for a moment. 7, boom, done. This will take care of most of them, honestly, right here. And anyone who gets past, because they're jammed up and all that, well, now we can start the fireball. Let's go ahead and take down some of these shields. I don't really like it when they got the shields in the way. Yeah, I'm kind of letting this, because I'll get more points from the trap kills, honestly. Alright. This is wave 3. We're going to have a whole slug of flyers. We can only get 3 archers here. First thing we're going to have to do is actually deal with up here is a pair of gnolls. And don't move your head around. How do you... Figures. Alright. Move it. Alright, so they coming up here now. Alright, so I'm going to use fireballs on that spot. But these guys are going to be creating some trouble here. Alright, whoops. Did I stun? Yeah, I actually stun. There we go, headshots. Headshots are us. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some ice shots, thinning these numbers a bit. Okay, over here, I see some guys coming over. Can I hit them? Yes. Missed. I'm just trying to take out some... Oh, yep, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Alright, so we just got a whole bunch of points. So we're gonna have to try to get some archers up here. So I don't really have the points, really, to do all that I'd like here. But I'm gonna try to get this going. Well, it is what it is. Alright. That being said, let's go ahead, switch to number 9 here. Get that thing going. Excuse me. And then let's go ahead. Let me look at my traps. I think we're good. Alright. Yeah, we're out of points anyways. I'm gonna need guardian armor.
I suppose I expected this.
Well, whoa, I forgot. So I'm gonna see if we can get... Oh, wait. Yeah, these guys, you get 10 points regardless. So, archers are holding their own. That's what they should be doing. Alright, that's good. That's good.
That's gonna leave a mark.
We're doing good? We're good? We're good. Alright, 8.
This'll be fun.
Hey guys. Remember, no shields for the body. That took care of quite a few of these dudes. Alright. Gonna get that. And... don't have no points. Okay. It's a good start, though. It really is. Alright. This the one? Yep, Frost Ogres. Alright, so... I'm gonna try to... as much damage as possible right off the bat. Because we need to try to thin those guys out, like, fast. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Whoa! I forgot that it does that. I could just hold him off for a moment here. Come on, headshots. Headshots do your stuff. Fireballs do your stuff. How about that? Alright, yeah, obviously some of the orcs will get by. But it's a good start. And what I wanted to do is to place this here and try to get that going. And I'm going to make sure my traps are running faster. Excuse me. And I'm also going to try to get guardian armor soon.
You'll be
In
back.
addition to that, I'm going to need to start setting up traps over here. So, we'll slowly work this out. Alright, so I'm going to start fireballing. If you do it right, you're going to actually hit both of these guys simultaneously. Stay far enough back that they don't sprint. It's kind of important. And that should really help thin the numbers here. Nope, that's a lot of guys. Alright, I'm going to make sure those guardians don't start to water. Yeah, I thought I saw those dudes. How many of these guys are there? Alright, let's go ahead and get up here. Alright, get some breather time here. So we're doing what we can to thin them out right away. That's kind of the idea. And then, excuse me, I'm going to be putting some stuff here, so I want to make sure that was up and ready. So we do not have room, honestly, for tar traps here. But we can set up a tar trap here,
Gee, I hope
and then
nobody
use a
gets
couple of
hurt.
floor burners
No, I don't.
to do some serious damage to anyone that comes there, and it'll shoot both directions a little bit out, so it kind of goes in extra space. Another tar trap goes
Here's
up
a
here.
good one.
Again, blades, because mostly they're your ogres you have to watch out for, and the last setups are going to be in this little hallway here. So I'm thinking for a moment about what I want. I'm going to get burning pitch. This will ensure that
I
the
suppose I expected
guys there
this.
are really not going to be able to do jack to you. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what we got coming. Lots of those dudes. Alright, we got a ton of these guys coming. Okay. Now, these guys are jamming up my grinder, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is, well, we're actually doing alright. Yeah, we're doing good. They're coming back quickly. But with the flames and the secondary traps hitting them too, I think we're good. Kind of saving points for when they cross over shot, because they often do, and they're extremely dangerous. Anyways, I hate to use fireballs on these guys, but I'm not risking it. I guess I do have other traps. Is this all we got? No frost ogres? No, no frost ogres this time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Needless to say, I'm not liking the frost ogre garbage. Anyways, brain fart. There we go.
Some new decoration.
I couldn't remember what button was the right one there. Okay. Does that say something right there? 4 of these dudes? Okay. Now that's taking care of 3 of them. So we're doing good. Okay. Just a sec. Alright, sorry about that. Had to take a little bit of a pause there because we had someone coming into my room all of a sudden. Kind of in the middle of the recording. Where I'm at, usually my, what do you call it, roommate. He's not really a problem at all. But every now and then someone comes in to do something for him, and they don't knock or anything, and it's like my entire room is my living space. Not really allowed in the other areas. Anyways, it is what it is. Oh, right. I'm going to use more fuller traps here. Do some extra burning. How do I want to do that? I think this is actually better. Get my blades up. These seems to be what really does the damage. Oh. Yeah. Oh, hang on. We got ogres. Turning to get a shot because I know that I'm going to need to thin these guys out a little bit. Alright. Doing good though. Okay, that works. I think I know what I need to do next now that I think about it. Whoa! Let's just get some extra headshots on these guys. Stop zooming in. Can't see Jack doing that. Okay. Man.
Is that it?
These guys just keep coming. Alright, anyways, as I was saying, what I think I need to be doing at this point is basically using flame traps. Because honestly, we got a little bit of an issue here where there are tons and tons of these guys coming through. And I think, so I don't want to have these fleeing enemies, but I think we'll be okay with this.
Did you ever have too many
And
traps?
so I'm just trying to thin out some of the numbers as they're coming in. Yeah, because I really don't want to waste my space bases
So
here.
clever and handsome.
So I think this will be good, though, for burning up a ton of these guys as they come through. Let's just hope for the best. Alright, I think we're good
Until
here.
later, I suppose.
My last wave of defense really should be put in at this point. And that, of course, being the paladins. I'm going to place him here. So upgrade
Go
him.
then. See if I can.
But a second one. That will help thin the numbers, and I have some points left over. So I guess the question here would be, what do I want to do with those last few points? So I've got a lot, honestly. So I think what I might look at... There's a coin too, just to add some extra fun. Let's go ahead and get these in place.
This
I know
will
that's
be
probably a
good.
little bit of overkill, but you know, I'm just gonna do what I can. Alright. Because honestly, it's so important, so critically important. Yeah, they're not lasting long. I like this. Okay, so first wave's coming through quite nicely. We got another unobtainable coin. They seem to get stuck on the floor an awful lot. Trying to thin them out a little bit here. Not want to get too close because it'll just get me killed. Anyways, should be fun. Be a good job here. Can I place even one archer up here? Yeah, actually I can. In that case, let's have some fun. Whoa, 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 whoa. Didn't realize they were that close. Shouldn't be surprised, really. Shouldn't be surprised at that either. That works. That works. Anyways, even though I could end up with some guys coming up here and attacking, the idea is basically that they have fire arrows, and that should help. So, doing good. Hold on. What is it with everyone interrupting me today? Like, this is a time when I should have absolutely no one calling or doing anything. Anyways, stupidity of people aside. Yeah, more ogres, I get it. You're not getting through this, ogres. Try all you want, you ain't getting through. I heard a lot of death. Should be an ogre coming, right? Yep. I'm not sure we may end up missing a few seconds because of that, having to pull that out, basically. I think we're good, but... The archers, yeah, they're good. I'm not sure why they flipped around backwards, but... whatever. So we're doing some good damage here. Because those archers are actually holding their own so well up on here, I think I might place a few over here to thin things out. Pull them back so that they don't get to entice enemies to come this way. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't waste our money, basically. See, I'm kind of belong to the school of, oh, excuse me. Anyways. Why are you not dying? It's because you're not getting headshotted, that's why. Anyways. What is with you? At least the headshots are working. Better than what we had momentarily there. Who's coming up here? I knew there had to be another dude.
And boom goes the dynamite.
You know what? That's the 5 skull dance. I'm gonna have to edit the crud out of this recording, and I don't like it because the editor takes like an hour to save the frickin' video after it's edited. It really shouldn't take an hour to save it. It's just stupid. Anyways, annoyance aside. So basically, I had another person make a phone call on a wrong number. They called the like another person who then came over and tried to get a hold of me for it. It's like, why can't you use the right number? It's a company, for of all things. I've already given the correct number to, right? Anyway, so we are on nightmare mode, not the campaign though. Anyways, and this is what we're gonna start on next time. Is the hallway all over again. So finally we get to start it over. Now the good news is I'm not going to have a ton of deaths and all that kind of stuff for a while, because you really do have it easier. Like the first level, the hallway does have orcs with shields, and it has also an armored ogre, if I'm not mistaken, right off the bat. But you still don't have things like sappers, and now you got a bajillion and a half traps, so this is really a threat. Anyways, I'll talk to you all next time.